Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this Mental Monday. I pray that you are having a wonderful and glorious day, and that your day has been prosperous and abundant, because God does desire that we live an abundant and prosperous life and be in good health as our soul prospers. So on today, I want to pose the question, whose responsibility is it? You know, I see all these fights going on in school and shootings going on in school, and I hear and I see adults who are not in the school system, and some are parents, and they're saying that they need to put God back in school. But the Bible does not say for the school or the church to be the trainers up of the children. It's the parents' responsibility. You know, as a parent myself, it's my responsibility to instill God into my children so that when they are older, they will not part from that path that they have been trained up in. But many times we look to someone else to do the work that we should be doing, and then we get upset when that work falls by the wayside. But if we were on top of our job and on top of our task, we wouldn't have to worry about it getting dropped or a child getting left behind. You know, it starts in the home. And having been teaching for 25 years, I've seen a transformation and a change from parents being parents to parents being friends with their children because they want their children to like them. That is not how this works. You know, my children were like, "Mom, I'm your friend." No, you're not my friend. You're my child, and I'm your parent. Now, when you get out on your own and into your own house and you have bills of your own to pay, then maybe we can talk about being friends. But even in that, there's still a respect. There's still a line and a boundary drawn in the sand that you don't cross as my child. Yes, we can laugh and hee hee ha ha, but there are certain things you just won't do in my presence. And when we get back to being parents and stop trying to be our child's friend because we're afraid they're going to call CPS or we're afraid they're going to call the police on us, then we will get back to the place where we are training up our children in the way they should go. And when they are older, they will not part from it. That is in Proverbs. You know, there's also another saying in Proverbs that says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." You know, a lot of school districts are going back to the paddling and the corporal punishment. But what about the punishment at home? Parents are afraid CPS is going to be called if they spank their children. When that started to come around, and I still had small ones, I was like, if I can't spank them, then you can't discipline them when they don't do what they're supposed to do in public. Because you're not going to kill my child when I try to make sure I instill in them the values and the morals that they're supposed to have, and then punish me for doing that. So we as parents, we as adults, we as those that are caretakers of young children who we are supposed to transform and change into men and women of God, we have to get back in our proper place and be decent and in order. So on this hashtag Mental Monday, hashtag hold on, I'm going to put Jesus on that. If you are not training up your child in the way that they should go, now is the time to start. You may say it's too late. If they're grown and adults, it is too late. But if they're still living in your home, there's time to turn that around, because you can start praying. You can start setting boundaries and guidelines and limitations, and they can start following them. But since we've made this generation of entitled children, we have a lot of parents that are falling by the wayside because they're afraid, they're fearful, they're scared. We need to stop the madness. So take back control of what is rightfully yours and be responsible and accountable for what you are supposed to do. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on tomorrow.